In this session, we are going to discuss about the bubble sort technique. Okay, so in the last class, we have discussed the binary search algorithm. So linear search and binary search are to search an element is whether the element is existed in the available elements or not. It is the first sorting method, that is bubble sort. So here, what is mean by bubble? So what indicates bubble? So when you pour a water in a bucket or in a glass, we will get bubbles. So how the bubbles will be in the glass or bucket? Bubbles will be rises up. Why? Because it has less weight. So water has weight, so water will go down, and whereas bubbles comes upside of the glass or the bucket, right? So similarly, this bubble sort algorithm also repeatedly works by repeating swapping the adjacent elements if they are not in order. So this algorithm is used to arrange the consideration of elements either in ascending order or in descending order. So here, look here, what elements we have: 5, 1, 4, 2, 8. Now these 5 elements are not in a order. So what we need to do? We need to arrange them either increasing order or in decreasing order. So basically, if they are not specifying any order, we follow only increasing order only. After performing the algorithms, the elements must be 1, 2, 4, 5 and 8. After performing the operations, the algorithms must be, all elements are must be 1, 2, 4, 5, 8. So in this technique, what we follow? We follow a rule that this 0th position element is going to be compared with 1. If this 5 is greater than 1, just you interchange. Here you have steps of algorithm here. Now here in step 1, what we have? Adjacent elements are compared. పక్క పక్కన ఏవైతే ఎలిమెంట్స్ ఉంటాయో ఆ ఎలిమెంట్స్ ని కంపేర్ చేస్తాం in bubble sort algorithm. If they are misorder, that means 5, 1, is it increasing order? No. If they are misorder, must be swapped. Swapped is nothing but interchanging of two elements. So from this 5 and 1, which is the smallest? 1. So you should get the 1 here in the first 0th position and 5 to be in a first position. So that what happens? Largest element we are moving last side. So throughout the first iteration we'll swap like this. If not misorder, for example, here 1 is there, here 5 is there. So 1 is greater than 5? No. So they are in correct order. If they are in correct order, no need to swap anything. So we go for the next adjacent elements. If they are not misorder, they must not be swapped. We repeat the above steps in each iteration. Each iteration is nothing but what? Here, first I am comparing 0th position element with the first element. So I am comparing 0 with 1, 1 with 2, 2 with 3, 3 with 4. So if you compare like that, then the first iteration is over. Now consider here, I have an example: 5, 1, 4, 2, 8. Now first one, 5 is greater than 1. Is this are in correct order? 5 is here, 1 is here. So this is not a right order. Misorder is there. So 5 is greater than 1. So we required swapping of elements. Now if I swap 1, 5, 1 is comes here, 5 comes here. 4, 2, 8 remaining elements are same. Now here 0th position and first position is over. Now next what we need to compare? First position element to be compared with the second position element. But in first position element what we have? We have 5. And in second position we have 4. So 5 is greater than 4. So they are not in a order. First smallest element, then the biggest element should come. But here first we have biggest element, then we have a smallest element. So we need interchangeation here. That means swapping must be done. Now I am swapping here. 4 is here, 5 is here. Right? So that is over. Next 0 with 1 over, 1 with 2 over. Next 2 with 3 you have to do. So in 2 position, what number we have? 5 we have. In 3 position, we have 2. 5 is greater than 2. So they are also in misorder. Now swap 2 and 5. And last 3 must be, that means third position element must be compared with the fourth position element. So in the fourth position, third position we have 5, third position we have 5, in fourth position we have 8. Is 5 and 8, they are in correct order or not? So they are in correct order, no need to swap. So with this we completed first iteration, so that we got the largest element in the last position. So last step for look here. In every iteration, we get largest element in the last position. Now we got the last element, which is the highest element from the available elements. 8 is the largest element. So you got the 8 as the large position. Clear? So with this what we completed? We completed first iteration. Right? Now after first iteration, you go for the second iteration. In second iteration, what we consider? In second iteration, how the elements will be there? 1, 4, 2, 5 and 8 is there. Now what elements we need to compare? Anyhow we got the last element here. Now we need to compare the elements, this one and this one. 0 position, 1 position, 2 position and 3 position only. In previous case 0 to 4 we compared. Now in this case the last element we got in a last position. So will comparison starts from 0 to 3 itself. So if we compare fourth also, no problem. Anyhow that is the largest element that comes to the last side. Now compare 1 is greater than 4. Is there in correct order or not? They are in correct order. So no swap. No swap. Now the elements are how? 1, 4, 2, 5, 8. Now 0 and 1 is over. Next 1 and 2 positions. In 1 position what we have? 4. In 2 position what we have? Sorry, in this we have 4. Here we have 2. Is 4 is greater than 2? Yes. What we have to do? Swap. So how the elements are? 1, 2, 4, 5, 8. Now here 0 with 1 over. Here 1 with 2 over. Next 2 with 3. So in 2 position we have 4. In 3 position we have 5. So is the condition satisfied? No, they are in right order. So no swap is required. Now the elements are 1, 2, 4, 5, 8. Now look here, the next largest element after 8, what is the next largest element? 5. Now 5 we got in a second position. So the next iteration will be from 0, 1, 2. Only these three operations are going to be performed. Anyhow we got the elements in order, but you should compare each and every iteration. Like if you have 5 numbers, the iterations will be 4. So this is the first iteration, this will be the second iteration, next 0, 1, 1, 2 will be the third iteration, 0, 1 will be the fourth iteration. So like this, we'll compare each and every adjacent elements and we'll move the largest element to the last position of the list. So here 8 is the largest element, last position. Before 8, what the largest element is there? 5 is the largest element. So we are moving 5 to the before position of the 8. So similarly, whatever the numbers you consider, after all iterations, all the numbers must be in a order. Clear this one? Now we go for program. So here the program is there. Now here what we have? Void main, integer a, I, j and temporary variable. Enter 5 elements. I am accepting 5 elements. The elements are must be stored in a of 0, a of 1, a of 2, a of 3 and a of 4. Right? So we accepted 5 elements. Now what is our task? Here we have a task that, see here we have a task that 0th position element is going to be compared with 1. 1 will compared with 2, 2 will be compared with 3, 3 will be compared with 4. In the next iteration, 0 will be compared with 1, 1 will compare with 2, 2 will compare with 3. In next iteration, 0 is compared with 1, 1 is compared with 2. So here we are running 2 for loops, one for iteration, another for moving to the next locations. So here I am writing a for loop, that is for I is equals to 0, I less than 5 minus 1 I am writing. Here you can write directly 4, or you can write 5, or you can write 5 minus 1 also. Why? Because in each and every iteration we are missing the last term. So in a first iteration we are comparing from 0 to 4 position. In next iteration we are comparing from 0 to 3 position. If you compare 0 to 4 position also, no problem. If you compare 0 to 3 position also, no problem. If you want to compare 0 to 4th position, directly you write 5 over here. Before to that only, if you want to stop the process, 5 minus 1 you have to write. Now j is 0, j is less than 5 minus I. So why I am writing I here? Here in each and every then we are stopping before itself. Yes or no? So here 4th position, here 3rd position. In the next iteration it is a 2 position. So we are changing the position. So I am writing the for loop like this. Right? Next, if a of j is gets compared with a of j plus 1, that means first initially I is 0, now your j value is also 0. If a of 0th position element is greater than 0, j plus 1 in the sense 1. If a of 0 is greater than a of 1, by considering a temporary variable, I am copying a of j to temp, a of j plus 1 to a of j, and temp to a of j plus 1. That means I am interchanging the values of a of j and j plus 1, not the positions. Now consider what you got if the condition is true. So in a of 0 position what we have? 5. In this we have 1. Now is 5 is greater than 1? Here the condition is satisfied. If the condition satisfied, in a temporary variable I am storing a of 0. That means that is 5. Now 5 is stored in temp. Next a of j nothing but 0. A of j plus 1 is nothing but 1. So 1 we are copying into a of 0. Next a of j plus 1, that means 1 equals to temp. What you have in temp? 5. Now a of 0 లో 1 వచ్చేసింది, a of 1 లో 5 వచ్చేసింది. That means we are interchanging the two values. So we repeat this step until this iteration is over. So next j becomes 1. 1 less than 5. Again true. Next j becomes 2. 2 less than 5. Again test the condition. J will be 3. Again test the condition. J will be 4. Again test the condition. When j becomes 5, stop the process. So after completing of this first for loop, now your I becomes 1. Then if I is 1, j starts with 0. J should be less than 5 minus I. 5 minus I is nothing but what? 4. So we'll compare 0 with 1, 1 with 2, 2 with 3. That's it. When j becomes 4, condition will be false. So only up to 3 iterations you are comparing. See here, up to 3 iterations we are comparing here. Clear? Wait a minute. Now in the next iteration, when I is 1, j we are comparing till 3 only. In next iteration, I becomes 2. Now again j starts with 0. J should be less than 5 minus I. 5 minus 2, that is nothing but 3. So j less than 3. So we will compare with I, j with 1, 0 position, 1 position and 2 position only. Next when I becomes 3, your j starts with 0. J must be less than 5 minus 3, 2, that is 0, 1 itself. So like this, we'll compare all the elements in this order so that you'll get all the values in ascending order at this stage. Right? Now, we have advantages with the bubble sorting. So what the advantages we have? Here in this sorting techniques, very little memory is required. Very little memory is required. Why? Because in order to compare two values and in order to swap two values, we are considering only one temporary variable. So no wastage of memory will be done in the bubble sort technique. And the easy code will be there compared to your other sorting techniques. Bubble sorting technique code is very easy. And what the drawbacks we have? We have a drawbacks that it requires time. So what is requiring? It requiring time because each and every operation adjacent element must be compared. Requires time because each and every adjacent elements are compared. So this with this, this with this with this. So like this we are comparing many number of comparisons you are doing. So it takes more time and it is also inefficient. It is also inefficient for large data sets. For large data sets. It is inefficient for large data sets. For example, here if you have 5, how many number of comparisons you are doing? First comparison, second comparison, third comparison, fourth comparison. In the next iteration, 5th, 6th, 7th, next 8th, 9th, next 10th. So if you take 5 elements, the number of comparisons must be 10. If I take 1000 elements, how many number of comparisons are there? 2000, 3000 comparisons are like that. So if you have huge amount of data, then the bubble sort will not work fastly as compared to other sorting techniques.